Well, so basically, like today, the extraction and use of fossil carbon is one of the main controller of the Earth's thermostat, and we must drastically change our course. And so, basically, to mitigate climate change, we need to substitute fossil-based resources by non-fossil-based resources. And CCU is one of the ways to do that. It's basically about capturing CO2 directly from the flue gas or from the air, and basically transforming it into products with added value. So the three pillars that we have basically are CO2 to fuels, CO2 to chemicals, and CO2 to materials. So basically carbon is everywhere around us. It's in our walls, it's in our clothes, it's in the food that we eat, it's in the medicine that we ingest. And basically, if our societies want to continue using carbon-based products, we need to make sure that it doesn't come from fossil resources anymore, but that it's renewable and circular. And this is why our vision is around three pillars. It's about reducing CO2 emissions, it's about reusing CO2, and it's about removing CO2 directly from the atmosphere. And so to be clear, the cheapest and most efficient way to mitigate climate change is to reduce CO2 emissions directly. But basically for certain sectors, so we can think about hard to abate sectors like steel and cement and aviation and the maritime sector, with the current infrastructures and technologies, they won't be able to reduce their CO2 emissions fast enough. And that's where reuse and remove come into play. Basically you can reuse CO2, so for example you take a cement plant that will continue to emit some CO2, you can use that CO2 to create a sustainable aviation fuel that will replace a kerosene, for example, from fossil resources. So basically CCU is a way to decarbonize and to defossilize industries that can't, in the current infrastructures and technologies, reduce their CO2 emissions fast enough.